Hi guys, we have an exciting episode of Reality Rap today. Sean is ready to go. There's a lot going on in the 90-Day Fiance universe.
Michael's been missing.
Simon Iyure Guabadia is everything.
And in the Housewives universe. Let's get cracking, Shawnee. You're raring to go.
I didn't expect that at all.
Okay, Portia first, please.
Okay,
Because
Portia
I
first. Listen,
have so much to say.
so we were just talking about Portia being back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then the bomb drops.
Right. Well, she literally said, not Porcha Willams, Portia Gubadia.
Gubadia, right?
And now are we back to Williams? Because that was...
We are, but no. Shawnee, she changed her name to Williams in her Instagram bio from Gubadia already.
Back to Williams. So,
What happened, Shawnee?
I want to know. It has to be like cheating or something like that, because otherwise, how so fast?
Shawnee, I don't think it's cheating. Remember?
What do you think it is? Then?
Remember in the days leading up to it?
I think it is.
You know
what I think it is? Because you lose them how you got them.
Agreed.
Time.
No, I agree. But the immigration stuff about him that was going on makes me think it has something to do with his finances. Because
didn't I tell you he's not as rich as he says he is? I called that.
Shawnee, you said.
So that's very likely too. But like Portia's dated I guess she hasn't really. Like everybody she's ever dated or married or been with has been like at least somewhat rich, right? Like wasn't even Dennis rich?
But I think it's probably the deception, because when I was reading, it's like he has a long list of like jail stints, and he got turned down from getting his US citizenship because of the history of like there's fraud. It was like a whole thing in the news. And then 2 days later,
maybe.
And Shawnee, here's why I think it's connected. Because in the divorce, I just read that she's asking for them to leave with exactly what they came into the marriage with. Tell me now.
Oh, yeah. So she's not trying to get
that
from
money.
Because there's nothing to be got.
There's nothing to get. Exactly.
Called it.
I know. Because I remember I was saying to myself, Shawnee has been saying this man is not as rich as we think he is. And I was like, why would you say that? Like, why? Yeah, and apparently
because a lot of people fake like that. Like, do you remember like Peter Thomas was faking that he was a lot richer than he was? And a lot of men do that. Men in real life do that.
And also, how do you even prove that? And Shawnee, another little bit of information that came out since week is that he owes a ton of money from the private jet, I guess, that he's been, I don't know, hiring. He hasn't been paying for it. He hasn't been paying the bill for it.
She found out that he's broke and she's out. Okay.
She's
Well,
like,
I can't blame her for that. However, maybe next time don't hurry up and marry a dude that you just barely started dating. I mean,
and also, most importantly, don't marry a dude that's already married. I just feel like
that too. But I mean, ultimately, like when you rush into a relationship super fast, like you go from nothing to something like out of nowhere.
It was too
You're
quick.
going to learn that it's not all rainbows and daisies like you thought it was. They have baggage. They have secrets. They have things that they don't want you to know until it's too late to leave.
And Shawnee, did you really think that Portia just saw this man and fell in love? Like, be honest.
She fell in love with his pockets. That dude's not even good looking.
Without the money, did we think that Portia saw him from across the room and the hard eyes popped out?
He's so handsome. No, his bank account was handsome to her.
Right.
And now that she knows got it.
She thought, because they were living the high life, and she thought, this is the kind of life I want. And he was buying her Bentleys.
And having the big wedding in Nigeria and the big wedding in America.
Listen, they were living it up. And Portia's just like, okay, I'm out. The moment I heard
mirrors, and I guess the smoke cleared, huh?
And isn't it all smoke and mirrors? That's why you don't marry a man after 10 days. Like, what is wrong with you? I was listening to
didn't move him in after 10 days either. said you shouldn't move him in after 10 days either.
Absolutely not, Shawnee. No. No.
Anyway, you want to move on to another failed marriage because I'm excited. Like,
Is that Angela and Michael you're talking about?
Well, I wasn't gonna go there, but let's. Angela
Okay.
and Michael, the shocker of, well, not all shockers.
Hold me.
Let me just say that I fully expected this to happen, but not this soon. I thought they could at least ride out the season.
I would give it a year. I
It's
would have given it
done.
a year. I
thought they would at least make it through the season, at least go through with like he made it here, film, get it on film, air the episodes.
Yeah.
But we haven't even got to premiere date yet, and Michael's in hiding and he's fearing for his safety.
Shawnee, when I first heard that Michael was missing, I was like, the whole thing, and people were mockingly saying he's run away from Angela and laughing, and I was like, I don't even want to find this
I
funny
wasn't
because-
mockingly saying that. I knew he did. Like,
no, Shawnee,
Shawnee, Michael abduction.
Shawnee, these things tug at my heartstrings. I was like, no, what if he went out and he got, I was just,
I mean, she does live in kind of a sketchy part of Georgia for like,
it's
a
all
night.
trees and wilderness, and
But-
listen, so Shawnee, then I heard, Michael was found. He's hiding from Angela. He told the police he doesn't want her to know where he is. I was like, what?
Right.
Could we make this up if we tried?
The thing
Shawnee?
is Angela is so hated that the 90 Day Fiance fans will hide him
Mhm.
and will fund him.
Shawnee, if you have to put Michael up in one of your rooms, do it.
That room I have
We've
two
been
kids.
We've been begging for Michael to come to the US.
We
On
can take him in.
every episode, Johnny. Put him in the shed and hide him from Angela. Okay,
I have a garage.
garage. Okay, what do you think?
Michael, let me know if you need help.
No, he does. He does. He did let you know
I
about
think he's
running
got
away.
somewhere. He seems to have somewhere to stay. So
Yeah. I can imagine if the abuse we've seen from Angela towards Michael on TV, and when he's in his own country, I can only imagine the sort of abuse she's inflicting on this man now that he's on her turf.
Right. And I mean, he's been in the US for like roughly 2 months now.
Mhm.
That's about the longest they've ever been together. Like
Yes.
consecutively, right? So I mean,
I can imagine. And Michael is one of those guys that looks like he puts up with a lot. So to reach that breaking point already, I can only we've seen this woman beat
I'm
him
sure
down.
because she does all kinds of crazy stuff to him, and now that he's here in the US on her home turf,
He can't work for
it
no.
can be
so
pretty
he's
wild, right? And I'm sure she reminded him of that often. Like basically,
it's
you're mine.
listen,
And he's
Shawnee,
like, nope.
we've been begging for Michael to come here, but I don't know.
I
Shawnee.
mean, he might be free sooner than later, because the thing is if he can get his I believe it's called a U visa, they actually will grant a special visa to those who come over here and then allege abuse.
If he's seeking asylum, he can be good and get his. I hope he deserves that. What do we need to sign to get Michael his asylum?
I don't think it's even an issue of that. It's all going to happen like with the visa process.
Right. And there's proof. We can roll back the tape.
Oh, there's so much proof, and he knows it. Like, he's been very quietly putting up with it for years. She destroyed his car. She hit him in the face with a cake.
I would
Like, she does stuff to him all the time. She threatens him all the time, and it's all on camera.
That doesn't work this time.
I feel like this is gonna be pretty cut and dry. Like,
Whatever I did, I don't think I deserve that.
Do you think
not
this will
going
be
back.
the final straw for TLC to let Angela go?
I hope so. I mean, well, the thing is if they're not together, there's no reason for her to be on the show unless they're putting her on the single life. And the thing is, they're not together because of allegations of abuse. I think that would be a pretty good reason not to have him. However, in the history of the show, and I don't want to say TLC because it's really sharp entertainment, the times that they've removed somebody because of abusive situations was like Jeffrey Paschal when he was convicted and not before.
Right.
I'm trying to think. There was another abuse allegation where somebody was accused, but it was thrown out and they were not removed from the show.
They have a history of not caring about those things. Big Ed has been accused of a bunch of things, and several other persons.
He's paid it's more than accused. He's paid settlements and things. So
and they've not let him
not
go.
done anything with him.
Jeffrey Pashal wasn't, they didn't even let Jeffrey Pashal go. The man is in prison, which is the only reason why they can't have him on the show, is because he's physically
they removed him from the show as it was airing, like they took it off.
Yes, that's
and
true.
Remember, they didn't show up at the reunion, and they took all of the content of him and Varia off of YouTube. Like, you can't go find Jeffrey and Varia content on YouTube that's not like TLC, like on the TLC or the 90-day channels. They have absolutely wiped it, so it's gone.
And
they're not monetizing that at all.
And that was an extreme case, though.
And very, I mean, the fact
in general, they don't seem to care.
Was shocking. Because the things that he was accused of doing and convicted of doing happened before he was filmed on the show.
Right.
So the fact that they filmed him at all, to me, is like a jaw dropper.
I'm actually very disgusted with them in general, because you've heard these claims and some have been substantiated and they never do anything. And the message that they're sending is absolutely disgusting to me.
It's about profit. We've talked about that. It's all about profit.
All
and
about profit.
People are tuning in. People want to see these crazy people. And I mean, obviously they're a little bit more.
And to what end, though? Sean,
right.
And then there's another domestic violence claim with Nicole and Mahmoud. Right.
And I haven't seen anything from that since it actually happened, or, since his arrest. Anyway, I don't want to say it actually happened, but like since his arrest. But yeah, they've got Angela and Michael and Mahmoud and Nicole on this upcoming season of Happily Ever After. And I want to know how they're going to fix that, because
I already heard
that.
I already heard that Mahmoud and Nicole are being edited out. I heard they won't be shown at all. Nothing. I've not heard that about Angela, but I've heard that about Mahmoud.
Well, I mean, time will tell, I guess, right?
And who asked for Mahmoud and Nicole back? Like, who was saying, gee, you know who I really want to see again?
Right? And maybe that's why they were so quick to pull them.
To pull them out, as opposed to Angela, who brings the viewers and brings the,
Right.
Yeah. Right. I mean, they lost nothing by removing these two from the show.
Right. Angela, though, that's a money maker.
I can't help that. And maybe that's my problem.
Oh gosh. Close down TLC altogether. I cannot deal. We're talking about Mary and Brandon scamming people out of thousands of dollars.
Do you believe for a second that she didn't know it was cancer and didn't understand?
I don't believe her for a minute, Shawnee.
And then they actually spent the money anyway? Like,
Shawnee, this girl went on and said she had cancer. She said she had cancer and she wanted money for surgery. How do you get to surgery if you've not even been diagnosed, Shawnee?
Right.
It's just, for me.
And then suddenly her English isn't very good and she didn't understand. And when they said she had an issue, she thought it was cancer.
Yeah, but wouldn't the person be? But she's in the Philippines talking to persons who speak her language. So what is she talking about? Like,
right. Assuming that her doctor speaks the same language she does, right?
Because even if the person spoke English, they wouldn't speak English to her. It most likely it's a Filipino doctor. What is she talking? I'm so annoyed.
Right. The whole thing is very fishy, and it's so touchy.
Shawnee?
But yeah, the fact that she doesn't have it, she admitted she doesn't have it, but she didn't give the money back. I'm glad I didn't break my wallet out. I mean,
and you know what's sad? As per usual, I'm always like, oh no. So when I saw it, it was like, people were like, I don't believe this. I said, oh no, that is whatever, Shawnee. People were like, nah.
A baby, super sad, right?
It's a scam, Shawnee. Right. I was like, y'all,
that's an issue. So like, what? She's like really constipated or something? Like, come on now.
But Shawnee, here's my thing. So when you have a scammer mindset, that's why you went to the length of using the word cancer, because everybody can relate to cancer, and that's what's upsetting to me. It feels very deliberately. Like they were deliberately trying to
deliberate, and then oops.
Because you could have just said you're having colon issues and you want money to go to the doctor. You could have said that.
And medical issues, period.
And that would have been true. But you used the word cancer and surgery. How's surgery come into this? Surgery for what? If you haven't been diagnosed, even if you had colon cancer, you don't know what the steps are going to be yet. But you wanted to scam people. So they pulled down the site, but they had gotten like, I think about $2,000 US. It
was a couple $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't a normal GoFundMe. It was like get funding or something.
Because GoFundMe would have returned the money because they reported it.
They will, right. And
Yeah,
I don't know
GoFundMe.
about this other site. So
But this side, nobody knows.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's
hot mess.
I'm just so they're reminding me of Karini and Paul.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, they are the new Karine Paul, really.
They really aren't to be so young and having all of this drama surrounding them. I'm disgusted by the lengths that they're going to be scared. Like, what's wrong with you? Cancer is not funny.
If
Like,
they're gonna keep acting like this, like, don't expect to ever get back on our TV screens. Like,
but Shawty, do you know that they even posted photos? This is why I'm telling you, these people are just born scammers. They posted photos of Mary in the hospital, right? In like a hospital. She might have been. Turns out it was from when she had the baby. Yes, it was like an old photo. And then, Shawny, it's not done.
That's bad.
Yes, as if to say she's ready for surgery, right? So they post that. Then Brandon comes on now after people are blasting him. He comes on with a bunch of medical papers and prescriptions and saying, guys, we're outside the hospital, but we can't film inside the hospital. It's illegal in the Philippines to take pictures inside the hospital. But you just posted a photo making us think you were there. The whole it's just, if you're gonna be a scammer, at least be good at scamming. Because what are we doing?
Right. Get your story straight.
He just posted it. Then they're saying, oh, it was from she was having the baby, which is a throwback. Get them off my screen immediately and off my social media. Disgusting. Everybody can relate to cancer. Every single person. Mm-hmm. And they know that, which is why they said that. That's what's disgusting to me.
I agree. I think that was pretty bad. And I mean, if that was the case, maybe they should have, like, even if she thought she had it, don't you think you should, like, maybe wait until it's confirmed?
Johnny, just say, listen, I'm sick. I need some money to get tested. I'm having whatever. You would have still gotten some money. Right. You know? What's scary to me is how young they are to be doing this at this age. I'm just scared to see where they're headed. If they're already, if this is the mentality, this is the most disgusting thing to me. Oh, yeah. Shani, listen, I'm obsessed.
I know, I get it.
What's wrong with you? We have to move on from Mary. By the way, we don't even need to discuss the 90-day fiance weddings because everybody got married, I guess. I mean, Sophie and Rob got married. Shockingly.
Even though her gut told her not to.
Her gut and the red flags. Johnny, I'm going to tell you something. Rob is going to surprise you and you are going to start loving Rob when Rob gets his redemption season on Happily Ever After.
I don't hate Rob. I really don't. I think that they're both way too young and they're doing this way too fast.
Agreed.
But I also think that is the nature of a 90-day visa.
Right. I do.
90 days is way too fast, no matter what way you slice it. Like if I went out on a date today and then 90 days from now I'm marrying somebody, that's too fast. It's too fast.
I think so too, but remember that they were already dating for like years before the show.
Overseas though, that's not the same thing.
So I feel like this was the only way for them to kind of start their life together. I think they're very young, but individually, I think they're good people. And I feel like Rob is going to get a redemption because they've been announced for Happily Ever After.
I hope so.
They have been announced to be on Happily Ever After.
Oh, they're going on Happily Ever After now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I missed I know that they had two surprise couples and I missed it. It was
so they were one. Cool. I'm guessing Jasmine and Gina were the others because
I thought that they were already announced.
Okay. So I don't know who the other.
I don't care.
I saw another one, but I can't remember because
getting sold.
Yeah, like I don't even watch all the episodes now. I just watch the clips.
Not Nikki and Justin, is it? Because I heard they were back together. They didn't get married. I don't know why they were even on 90 Day Fiance.
Honey?
There's no 90-day visa involved in any of that.
I'm so done with your, like, making everything a joke.
Why are you on my TV screen pretending like you're going to be married? What's wrong with you? Nobody will ever convince me that Nikki and Justin are together. You will never convince me that this is a real relationship, ever. I don't care.
Both of them needed a paycheck and now they're
Nikki wants to be a star.
Yeah, Nikki, the first episode was talking about how she was a reality star. She was one episode in.
She's been on several other reality shows just trying to find one that finally Yeah, no. Nikki convinced Justin you can be a model.
You
if
know
you
who
put
I
over
want to see
hair.
more of is Ashley and Manuel.
Were they announced?
I don't know.
I'm thinking they were. I'm
Were
thinking
they?
they were.
Okay, cool. I'll tune in for that.
Yeah,
But
I
the
think they
rest
were
of
the
it-
other couple, Shawnee. I think they were.
Good. Okay. Well, that makes me happy.
They're interesting.
I like them a lot.
I like them too. I do like them. I need to watch the tell-all. I think part 1 of the tell-all aired. I need to watch it just because. Do you want to talk about The Bachelor? I missed the last episode.
The Bachelor. Yeah, I've watched it through twice. I normally watch it through several times.
Okay. You do several times.
I have to because I write so much about it.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I am absolutely shocked that he didn't send Maria home, especially after all of this whining about being afraid that he's going to get to the end and not have his person, blah, 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 blah. And then she was talking about she doesn't even know if she wants him to meet her family and stuff.
Why doesn't she want him to meet?
Why did he send Jen home and not her?
I've never brought anyone home.
But why doesn't she want him to meet her family? I'm confused.
Because he's still kissing other girls. Apparently, he's never seen The Bachelor before.
So this is clearly
because she's so bothered by the fact that he's dating other women on the show.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to introduce him to her family because he's dating other women on the show.
That's the show, darling.
Yeah, I just can't believe that she didn't go home. And instead he lost one of the Kelseys and Jen.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why he made that choice, I guess. I still think that he's pining over Lexi. He did not want to send Lexi home. And then
why did he send Lexi home? Oh, when she left.
He really liked her and she self-eliminated last week.
Yeah. He has soft spot for Maria.
I'm going to be honest and say that I feel like the drama that happened this week is possibly producer driven.
Okay.
Because obviously they need ratings. The mean girls are all gone. We don't have the bully scandal anymore.
Yeah.
Maria obviously is up for anything. So I wouldn't be entirely surprised if Maria doesn't give any, she doesn't care that he's kissing on other women or whatever, because obviously she's seen the show.
Yeah, and he's been doing that since night 1.
Yeah, I mean, he kissed the most girls on night 1.
Right, so why no?
But I wouldn't be at all surprised if this is all production driven for ratings, for drama, because at the very beginning of the episode, everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's going to send Maria home or she's going to self-eliminate. And we're all over here like, anyway.
It's been a while since I've let someone fully in because I'm afraid of them leaving me.
But why were they thinking that? What happened that everybody thought she was going to go? Because she said she doesn't want him to
Because she pulled him to the side and told him that she was like, I don't know if I can keep going. Like watching other girls really bothers me.
Gotcha. Shawnee, the news that just dropped that we've been kind of hearing whispers about for the past week or so, Jax and Brittany are over after 4 years off.
I'm honestly shocked it lasted this long.
I thought you were going to say you're shocked. I'm like, huh?
I am.
Yeah.
Because, it went on and on and on. But I honestly am shocked that they stayed together as long as they did, because Jax is a known cheater and a liar. And I mean, we don't know that that's why they called it quits. The leopard doesn't change its spots.
It lasted this long because Brittany doesn't seem like somebody who wants to be divorced. So I think it lasted because Brittany is like, no, I'm gonna make this work.
And put up with it.
Right.
She didn't put up with it anymore. I can relate. I mean,
all week I've been hearing rumblings that they're like the pictures that they were posting seemed to be from different houses, and the online investigators were putting it together. So when I saw it today, but I think they were trying to not announce it because their show is coming out, and then they're supposed to be together for the show. That's the premise of the show.
Right. You mean kind of like Portia on Real Housewives?
No, but that's different because Portia is not as if it's it's.
I mean, they haven't started filming yet, from what I understand. So
no, they haven't.
Film her divorce now, and we get to learn all about it.
Right.
The Valley is starting up, and now we get to watch them being happy.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be couples being happy, being adults now from Pump Rules days to now. That's the premise. So, and then we're gonna have to
get divorced, and that makes them happy sometimes too. So
the thing about it though is what's awkward now, which I'm assuming is why they were probably keeping the news on the dawn, is because we're knowing what happens in real time. I hate that. When I know you're not together and I'm watching the show when you're happy together. It's weird.
It doesn't bother me, but I'm also a spoiler queen. Like, I'll go read all the spoilers and it'll make me even more interested to watch things play out.
You see, once I watch this, I read a spoiler, Shawnee, I'm done.
I read all the spoilers, and then for everything, not
Yeah.
just reality TV, even like for regular shows, I'll go read all the spoilers. I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, this guy's gonna die. Okay, cool. And then I'll go watch it and be like, bing, bing. Oh, look,
Yeah.
the spoilers were right.
There is a breakup that we saw coming and we spoke about. Sister wives. Mary
Oh
and
yes, Mary and Amos are no longer.
I
yeah,
never remember his name.
didn't see that coming. I mean,
Who
especially
would have
after everybody
thought?
dug into his past and found out like what a mess he was. And she's probably like, oh wow, you're no David Woolley. Let me out of here.
I'm so embarrassed for Mary because, as we said, and as any adult woman knows, why on earth are you on social media with a man after 3 months?
Right.
Why
It
are
only
we?
took a couple weeks
Why
after
are
he got exposed, and she's like, yeah, he's definitely not my forever man. Well, duh.
we don't need to know him then? If you don't think he's your forever, we don't need to
Yeah,
know.
but I bet you when she introduced him, she thought that he was her forever man.
Shawnee, after 3
And all the
months,
sister wives super sleuths jumped all into his business, and then she found out things that after 3 months with a man, you probably wouldn't normally know.
that's what I'm saying, Shawnee. If
Right,
you had
she
given
should
it
have done
6 months, no, this wouldn't be a surprise to you because
She
you
shouldn't
would
have
have
done it.
you would have either found out or he would have told you these things, right?
I mean, being that she's on a show like that, and I mean, you know, Mary Brown is, in reality terms, she's pretty famous.
Mhm.
If I was in her shoes, and I mean, even if I wasn't in her shoes, because I do stuff like this anyway, I would do a background check. Maybe hire a private investigator. Find out that he's not a scammer before you get him involved in your TV stuff.
That's what I'm saying, Shawnee. And please do not put him on social media. And I don't need to see him. When you find somebody you're gonna marry, then I can see him. I don't care.
Right. Like Christine did.
Right.
Like Christine did.
You think I'm introducing my friends to any boyfriend who's just some random dude? No, because I know we're not. It's not gonna go on.
I think she thought it was more though, and then she found out like,
You know what the problem is, Shawnee? Mary has been trapped in this polygamous marriage for so long. She doesn't understand the dating world, I don't think. It's new to her. And so she found this guy and she's in love and she probably did.
he gave her attention and he probably love bombed the crap out of her.
Right. She doesn't even know what love bombing is. After decades of being locked away with with her sister wife.
He has no idea because Cody wasn't love anything.
No. There was
It
no
was Lola.
LOVE in that relationship. At least not for, I mean, only Robin can claim that.
Only Robin, right.
Right? So I think, no, this is like a whole new world for her. And she just got super excited. And then she saw Christine and thought, okay, you know,
she was gonna have her Christine moment.
Yeah.
And
she will have it. I
think she will. She just needs to be patient and vet these guys properly and make sure that they're, I mean, to quote The Bachelor, there for the right reasons, you know?
And I feel like Christine also, to me, hasn't healed fully yet. I feel like Christine
how do
is.
you heal that quickly after like 20, 30 years with a man? Like,
And after being dogged out so bad too by.
I mean, what he did was let's face it, that was abuse. That was terrible.
And he treated her terribly. And also, she didn't even want to leave despite being in that ridiculous relationship. So, you know, I think she has a lot to work on. Go have fun.
David is doing a good job, though, being there for her and being the person that she never had and always wanted. So, I mean, there's a relationship coach out there that basically says, like, if you wait until you're fully healed to get into another relationship, you'll never get into another relationship.
No, agreed.
Agreed. So,
but I think Mary is more broken than Christine to me.
Oh yeah.
I think Christine was
she was the first one. That wasn't she a teenager when they got married? She was so young.
Right. And
She's
I
been
think
with him her entire adult life.
And had no plans to leave him no matter what he did. She was not gonna leave
she's
him.
got a lot of healing to do.
Yeah, so it may take a little longer for her to find a guy, and she shouldn't rush it. Just enjoy your life, and it will happen. You know,
lessons learned. You know.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, she learned another embarrassing lesson after that other catfish situation. You know,
Lots of lessons for Mary.
Listen, she's just learning them lessons. But Mary's gonna find a great guy and she's gonna be just fine. You know, Cody and Robin are home just like, because you know he's.
Oh, I think Cody is. I don't think Robin necessarily. I think Robin is like still upset that she lost all of her friends that she wanted to grow old with on the porch or whatever.
It just feels so stupid.
But Cody, absolutely. This is feeding his ego 100%.
Right? She
He
thought
loves
she
it.
could have found a better man than me.
Mhm.
You
She'll
know?
never find a better man than me, even though I didn't want her. Anyway.
Never. Yeah. So,
Anyway.
yes, I think that's it for us today, Shawnee. There's a lot has
There's-
been happening.
It's been busy. Well, I mean, we had a lot of quiet in the reality TV world over the holidays, and now it's just exploding.
They came back with a vengeance, like, okay, we're
and we're here for it. So
I don't know where to turn. It's crazy.